Good day, friends. I always think of faith as walking in darkness with your hands extended, allowing the Holy Spirit to guide you. It's difficult, it's tough. We prefer to direct ourselves. Sometimes you make a wrong turn. And I think of this today, this image of faith, in terms of the gospel reading which we have before us this weekend, which depicts the poor widow who gave all that she had to support the work of the priests in the temple. She had nothing else to go on. She was walking by faith that God would provide for her in the future. And I think that faith is very much like that. We have nothing to hold on to but to trust in God's providence. And you know something, it's a difficult thing that requires a different type of living altogether. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." It requires an understanding that something higher than ourselves is at work. We think we are in charge, but we are not. And a great part of spiritual growth is simply arriving at that point in our lives, arriving at that conclusion, knowing that you are not in charge. Proverbs goes on to say in verse 6, the following verse, "In all your ways acknowledge him." Not in some ways, but in all your ways acknowledge him. The story of Adam and Eve in Genesis is really a story of man's arrogance. They thought that they were in charge. They wanted to be independent of God. We are told that they consumed of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, symbolic of a desire to supplant God in their lives. And I think it is a temptation that we all face, the arrogance in thinking that all that we have, all our talents, all our possessions, our good fortune, are all due to our own effort, our intelligence, and our hard work. It is a failure to acknowledge our complete dependence on God and the fact that the real possibility exists that all these things could be easily taken away from us by some adversity, either sickness or an accident. But humbly acknowledging our dependence on God is a way of saying that regardless of what happens, regardless of our fortune, whether good or bad, God will provide. Our task is merely to thank God each day for the gift of life and to allow him to lead us by faith, allowing the Holy Spirit to become our GPS, so to speak. And this is what the widow did in giving away all that she possessed. She placed herself completely at God's disposal. Remember John 14:26, where Jesus says, "The Holy Spirit will teach you all things and bring you to the remembrance of all that I have said to you." My dear friends, let us dispose ourselves. Let us allow God to take care of us, and let us humbly acknowledge his blessings each day as he provides for our needs. Have a great weekend. God bless you.